Hello, greetings, angels, archangels, divine masters of light. Hello. Just gonna pin here. Q&A. Coaching. And quantum meditation. Pin. Okay. How are you? Let's just wait for a couple of more people to join, but yeah, how are you, Mermaider? Beautiful. Welcome. How are you guys doing? Post eclipse. Welcome from Costa Rica. It's pretty humid and hot. And good, I guess. Sweaty. 3 showers per day for sure. Hi. How is it going? How is it going for all of you? After almost a week already from that full moon. Pretty intense, pretty good too, to release Sagittarius, and then the eclipse. Do you do the rituals? Do you do your clearings? Here in Costa Rica, it's live. It's pretty good. I'm pretty grateful. So whoever wants to jump into a requested call, ask me a question about anything about your process. This is the time for half time for Q&A coaching. If you want to have like some clear light towards where you want to achieve or what you want to. Yesterday I was having a session with a beautiful client, and she has done ceremony with me in the past, and she came to she did ceremony like 2 years ago, in 2019 anyway, and she's been following me, and she came for a retreat too. She got really activated now, like she got into lockdown, and she always felt like she expressed that she always felt attracted to what I do, and she wants to do what I do, but she's in a really comfortable situation, like position as well, like with a security of job, but also like we were working on the clearing of scarcity, illusions of scarcity, illusions of lack, and so like I'm ready. I'm like, I want to become a healer. I already know I'm a healer, so like I would like to do what you do, like be in the jungle and do ceremonies and help people that way. And she's been working on a 9-to-5 job, and yeah, like that process of stepping out from the comfort zone. But I told her, like, like I didn't start doing this just like a couple of years ago. Like I started this path of the shamanic path and the healing path when I was 12 years old. I'm 34. Like it's been like more than 15 years of 20 years of the path of like diving deep, healing myself, understanding myself, clearing my illusions of separation, of lack. Hello. And I've been doing this for life. Like the reason what I do, how I help people and how it's because I've been doing it my whole life. I studied psychology, then I mastered in psychotherapy, and I always was looking for freedom. But I work in a psychiatric institution and treat patients from all kinds of of mental conditions, you know, like. So yeah, it's time for the Q&A coaching questions. If you have any questions, I'm just gonna be talking about like this experience of a client I had recently, yesterday, and that she sees herself over there, but she's in this place, and like that creates a lot of tension and frustration, and because she's not where she wants to be. But then when it comes to the movement, I say like, well, you know, like there's a point that you need to just, if you want to embrace your freedom, if you want to be empowered, and you have to step out of the comfort zone. There's no other way. And how you do that? Well, you just quit your job, your freaking job, and start doing what you want. You don't know what you want? Okay, start formulating. What can I do? What can I create? What do I'm passionate to do? What a creative potential, creative expression of myself I can bring forth, because I believe everyone here, everyone watching this is an artist, is a creative, is a genius, is a marketing expert, is a entrepreneur, it's a IT expert. We can be anything. We have the potential to do anything. The illusion that we were told that we have a left brain and right brain, and we were meant to work, and we have abilities and capacities different in different levels, but that doesn't make us useless in all the areas. We just need to development. It's just like an exercise. It's just a muscle. In my path of empowerment, through my path of shamanic, I didn't just like went to like ceremonies and then suddenly I was like a shaman. No, I studied, I went and invested, I traveled with mentors, with different mentors all around the world, with different kinds of ceremonies, because I was since 12 years old I was attracted to this shamanic path. But also I wanted to look for freedom, and also I wanted to be an artist. So I had to quit my 9-to-5 job, which back in that time in 2003 was psychologist in a psychiatric institution. So I realized that I couldn't do anything there. I couldn't change or serve the way I wanted to do it. I couldn't serve the way in these institutions because they're already established. So it's and I wanted to my freedom. So I didn't want to work for no one. I wanted to be my own boss, and I always was passionate about art since very young age. I started drawing, painting. I was fascinated by art. I liked to create art. And I already had my exercises of art. So I had already like a couple of shows I sold. I liked the art that was liked. So I said, okay, I can do this. So how I can do it? So one day I just quit my job. I moved to London. Hello. I moved to London, to a different city, start from zero, and start applying all the tools that I have learned from PR, because I also worked and was very fascinated about public relations and marketing, and why not partying and connecting with people. So I had I had developed a skill of connecting with people and getting through them, like connecting and getting my way through connections. So I went to London, knew no one, and I started going to the art galleries, because what I wanted to be in my dream in that 2007, it was like, okay, I want to sell my art in contemporary art galleries in London. So it's like, okay, where I start? Okay, I go to the art galleries and go to the art shows and the openings and start relating there and start meeting people and start like connecting and just like being myself. People was pulled and attract like what I was up to, and when they saw my art, they would say like, hey, let's do things together. Like, do you want to show here? Do you want to do an art piece here? And just like things started unfolding. Obviously, when I moved in, the things it was not served in a plate of gold, you know, like I had to work through it. I had to do jobs that I didn't like bartending, like PR for for parties and stuff like that, because London is a very active city in art and nightlife and partying, and house in London is pretty good. So, but yeah, I had to do all that just to start working and to live the dream that dream my soul wanted to experience, which was an artist. Later, I had another dream. I always was in the ceremonial part. I never left it, but in this part of London, I got got like a little off the way. It's not the never you're never off the way your path. The reason is when people say like I'm not following my path, I'm not following my purpose, and this like you following your purpose, because everything has been set up in the way that you are following your purpose. So don't never think that you are not in the path, because you're always in the path. All that you have served, like that's what I tell all my clients, like they regret to be losing time in this school or in these studies or in this job. It's like don't ever think about that, because everything that you have experienced has served you in a way for you to be able to develop the tools and experiences for you to create what you came here to do. Like me, for example, it was psychology, it was shamanic healing, it was marketing, PR and psychology. So I never thought like when I studied psychology, I never came to my mind that I was going to become a shamanic healer or this type of. I did like in that time social media didn't exist. Nothing exists I used to, like when I was very early age, yes, I started doing ceremonies in a retreat center of one of my best friends' dad, and I came there because I needed the healing, because I tried to commit suicide at 12, and that was part of my experience, you know. And like people say, "Oh, I'm sorry." It's like, no, I'm very grateful for having those experiences, because if I wouldn't have those experiences, like if I wouldn't try to commit suicide at 12, I wouldn't be here talking to you, and I wouldn't be here talking of like being able to be so connected to God and having these amazing downloads and be in a fluent momentum state of gratitude, life, freedom, abundance, health. Like it was being all worthy, you know, and it was being all worth, and I will do it again, just because of the sake of it. Because that experience has led me to this understanding. I will choose another experience in another lifetime, and let's see how it goes, you know, like. But definitely, so if you have any questions about your path, about like where you're going, because you're never off the path, you're never out of the path of your soul. Like you're always walking, but where your soul wanted to. There are moments that you feel out of it. There's no moments that you feel confused. There's few moments that you feel lost. Yeah, it is, and. Yes, definitely, because we are dark and light. So the will to kill myself triggered my awakening. Yeah, totally. To me as well. When was that? How old are you, and how long it was that? And thank you for showing. You know, like there's a lot of us out there that don't speak up because of the shame that, oh, what is gonna people think? Because actually, like in my case, I just wanted to check out earlier. I was like, I couldn't understand human nature, you know, like I couldn't understand. There was so much suffering, so much separation, and I just wanted to go back home, you know, like so 20. So yeah, so I was I was depressed. So like the catalyst for my depression. I come from abandoned. My father was not present at all. Blah blah. Single mother, only child. Pretty lonely childhood. I was totally disconnected. It was hard for me to walk on the grass. You know, like now I'm fully like one with the grass and with everything. But back in that day, I would think that Trias was disgusting. That was so much program from other. So yeah, you're very brave, and I like definitely like. Um, it takes courage. It takes a lot of, but also it catalyzes. It's like our soul giving you like an extreme experience, so we can like fully go from both ends, and under, understanding uh, what is the journey about. Because like you can have the lightness of light if you don't have the darkness of the darkness. So like, so yeah, I mean, I went from London. In London, I went for 2 years of my like most amazing experiences. Like I never like yeah. Now I feel totally free, but in that time, in 2007, like just walking in the streets of London, doing what I loved, like art, and being able to do it, like and being abundant in that. Back in 2007, like I didn't even know anything about manifestation. I didn't know anything about. Um, but it was like just by walking where you want to do, where you what you want to dream. What is your next dream? What is your like what I also always ask to like what is your dream? What do you dream to be? Yeah, I want to be like in the off the grid and like and living off the earth. Okay, so what is stopping you? Well, I have a house. I have a dog. Uh, I have I have daughters and I can travel if I have sons or like if I have kids. I'd rather wait. It's like that's bullshit. Like I have met so many amazing women, goddesses, queens that are walking the path. We always walk the path, but they are like in the path of service, with their own like single mothers and with children, and they travel the freaking world and like got it like warriors, and they serve and they do and they embody, and they're not saying like if you wait that like you're never gonna be ready for something. That's one of the aspects of, like you're not gonna get ready, you're not even gonna get ready to start walking your like you have to start walking the path. You have to start walking and jumping into the unknown and into the mystery of it. If not, that never gonna happen. Like when people comes to me and say like, oh, I want to do ceremony but I don't feel ready, so maybe when I feel ready. So like, when do you think you're gonna feel ready? So I don't know. That I think that there's a reason why we're talking now, because I think you are ready. And well, you won't let that happen, sadly. Well, darling, you're falling there into victim mentality because you don't have like, I mean, you can have a middle point, and you have but I don't know what is this like. You're giving your responsibility of your freedom to other person. It's that like no one owes you no thing. You don't own anything to own, and you can only have a middle bridge to express and to get to a middle point. So you want that's just matters of lessons and how we embody lessons. I don't think I don't well it's no one's kids, but yeah, I know you share a child, but it's like the child can travel from one place to another, you know, like that's not a limitation, and that's actually a great experience for a child to be able to travel and know the world. Like one of the things that I really appreciate about my mother was that instead of giving me birthday parties, she was taking me to travel. It's like because I hated, actually I hated birthday parties. I used to like have so bad time having like it was too much information. I just had one birthday party, and I was um, like yeah, it was too much for me. I was like hiding in my room. So my mom saw that, and it's like, no, if my kid is gonna if he's gonna spend his birthday like this, I'd rather give him a so yeah, I mean, there's no like if you justify yourself about your experience, you're falling into victim mentality. If you don't take in responsibility, it's like I'm not traveling because I don't have the balls to travel. It's like if I don't having my own dreams because I don't have the freaking the courage to step into my dreams and have power, because I am afraid, because the mystery paralyzed me, because the uncertainty like freaks me out. Yeah, I mean, so like now that's a first step to start accepting you, the lack of courage, the lack of bravery, the lack of love, the lack of devotion to your own dream, you know. But saying like, I'm not doing my dream because I'm working, I'm not doing my dream because I have a job, I don't do my dream because I have a house to pay rent, I'm not doing my dream for, that's all bullshit. You all have the qualities and the like possibilities to do whatever the fuck you want. Living in Germany, I see all those people in the unit talking about their experience and travels all around the world. It upsets me to see people younger than me living my dream life. Yeah, but don't get jealous about like that's it. Also, what it creates more separation is the judgment and the jealousy that you feel for them. And just like, and don't fall into that. Exactly. There's no time to lose. I gotta take that goddamn action. Yeah. And like, how are you gonna take action? How are you gonna live your drive? Like, I mean, this client was like, okay, I have debts. I don't like, okay, but so you put yourself in a debt. Take responsibility for your debt. No one wants to be in debt. So work in this job at a certain amount of time for paying your debt. Start creating, start visualizing, start dreaming, and start like, okay, what I can offer right now, this pandemic or this illusion of pandemic that they created, because I don't freaking believe that it's true, and all that they're saying, like, okay, start like putting together what you're good at, what you always been wanted to do and you haven't never, what you wanted to do as a kid. Like what makes, for me, when I was working a 9-to-5 job, I always wanted to do art. So it's like, okay, I realized I could not help anything in the psychiatric hospital, because people is too drugged, too dumb in their heads, because they're totally full with the medications. I couldn't go take them deeper, because I knew I couldn't take them deeper. In psychology, there's a say, you can't do something to others if you can't do it if you haven't done it to yourself. For those that wants to be healers and psychologists, like, that's the reason I step out of my process of 17 years of psychoanalysis, because I knew I could go deeper, and my facilitator and my counselor couldn't take me there, because he didn't go into that deeper work, which was into the spiritual work. That's when I realized that psychology was a limitation. It was limited because it usually focused in the rational mind. We're not just rational beings, we're emotional beings, we're spiritual beings and mental beings, but we're not just, and psychology focuses just in rationality. So that's when I started like looking for other things, like meditation, breath work. That was in 2003. A long time ago, you know, like I've been doing this work for a long time, but that's when I stopped and said, okay, I can't do much about this. I can change the system. The system is already set up. So what I'm gonna do? And my soul talked to me, it's like, just follow your dream. It's like, okay, what is my dream? Art. I always wanted to be an artist. I wanted to study art instead of psychology, but I couldn't study art because my mother didn't allow me, which was a blessing too, because I was right directed, and because at the end of the day, he said, like, you don't need to study art to make art. You just do it. You create it. Yeah, in art school, they're gonna give you the supplies, the tools, the maybe techniques, but you can learn it on like the process. You can just bring your creative potential. So yeah. And like, what do you want to do? Art. So okay, I want to live as an artist. Okay, where you want to do it? Here in Mexico? No, I want to experience something else. And I literally went 1 month. I bought a one-way ticket to London for a month. No, actually it was a round ticket. It was just going 1 month and then coming back. but I didn't never took the flight back. I just stayed for there for 2 years. I traveled around Europe, and definitely, like, so yeah. But I really believe that something that made me feel like a loss of time brought too much healing into my love. I appreciate everything happened, and it is, and it has to be like that. You can't step, like, all your life, all that you have walked, it's because your higher self, your soul wanted to walk that. So, like, as long as you see it like as a blessing, and not as a waste of time, then you're seeing it with the right eyes. It's like, wow, this actually helped me because I was able to see this and work on this and do that and do this, like, maybe there's a reason why you are able to stay there and then travel. So, because I mean, I like my client, like, she travel a lot, but then she gets into really big depths. So, like, for example, it's like, that's the part of empowerment, because I have created a momentum in which I don't require to be going back and forth. Just I create a momentum of bringing my abundance and creating my. So, like, because the whole journey is a travel. Hey, French. We're like, so I went to London. I went there. I said, okay, I need to go there to galleries, to connect with people, connect with persons, start creating projects, and then suddenly, like, just creating that momentum, just like started creating the flow. Obviously, I had to work first, like, created being works that I didn't like or resonated, like, market, like, the bartendering one was one. I mean, I earned a lot there, but it was sucking so much social life, and I worked in retail in a mango store for God's sake, like, for 2 months, and, like, in Regent Street, which is like the most crowded and the biggest mango store in Europe, and it was like a nightmare because you have to fight for your sales, and it was like crazy. But you studied forensic psychology and then got a master in social work, where I realized there was so much more than just rational mind. Yes, thank you for that. Yeah, I mean, right now, like, all my colleagues from the degree and the undergrad, they keep doing the same. And there was a point when I was working in psychiatric hospital that I realized this, like, okay, you could do this all your life. You could stay here and do this all your life. Do you really want to do that? And it's like, no, I was creating for experiences, and I was creating for exploring, and I was like, no, I don't want to give away what I really want and crave and long, which is experiences, for just staying for the community and for this. I have to be brave. I have to stand for what I like. I like, and like, until I think until I was like 2014, 15, that I was already doing ceremonies, but I also had my projects, because I created projects that all along my empowerment process. Art developed into a ceramic factory of contemporary design, and then I've been plant-based since I was 13. So I created a vegan project, a vegan supper club, secret dinners. And it was until I was getting into the newspaper that my mother started realizing that I was actually doing something. Since 2006, that I decided to quit my job, that I became independent till 2000, almost 10 years. The feedback I would get from my mother was like, you should get a real job. And it's like, I'm fucking working my ass off. Like, what are you talking about? I'm working for my freedom. And like, now I started appearing in like Time Out, in Rolling Stone magazine, from my dinners, because actually they're really yummy. So if you get the chance to eat my food, you're gonna freaking pass out. That's so good. When did you? How did you go into shamanic healing? Well, I tried to commit suicide at 12 when I was 12 years old. I had a depression, a deep depression that was catalyzed, and bang, I just wanted to go back home at 12, and I went to a psychiatric hospital for a night. Well, it was just like a hospital. Then they were going to take me to the psychiatric area, apparently, supposedly. But then in that night, I had like a vision of a black jaguar coming to me. This was at 12, and I didn't know anything about shamanism at that time. But it was the black jaguar came. It took me out of my body. It went me to take around the hospital, and it told me, like, you know what, like, you don't need this. You don't need the hospital. You don't need the drugs. You don't need the doctors. They're like, you're just gonna heal yourself. I said, okay. So like, you just gotta heal yourself. I said, okay, you can do this. And I said, okay. And then the next day I told my mom, hey, I don't want to be here. Take me out of this place. And so like, she said, okay, are you sure? And said, like, yeah, trust me. And I said, okay. Then I started, like, because it was not the first time I was going to psychologist. I went to psychology since I was 5, because like, because I couldn't roll the R I couldn't do the R as a child. So the school teachers told my mom that I need to go to special therapy. So that was the first psychology that I got. And then in elementary, I was in psychology. So I was already familiarized with psychology. But I went deep. I started going deep at 12, like really deep with psychoanalysis. And a week later, I went into my best friend's dad. It's a psychotherapist, transpersonal psychotherapist. He's one of my mentors, actually. But in that point, it was just my father's, my friend's, the father of my friend, my best friend. So he knew what I was going through, and he used to do retreats in Mexico and gather different healers, shamans from different healers and other kinds of shamans, and gathers them in a container of 7 days. And he told me, like, we were like just vacationing with my friend in his country house where he held this retreat. So it came out to be that they were having the retreat. So he told me, like, why don't you just come over to the retreat? He told his son, like, why don't you guys come over? Like, you would like it. And we sat down in the first circle, in the introduction circle. We did like a Peruvian ceremony with despacho, making like we learned how to make our altars. It was all interweaving the energy between all the members, because it was a dream workshop. So we were working with dreams, and ironically, and so yeah, I sat down in that ceremony, and it was like I arrived. Like, I felt like just I was interested. Then I had my first sweat lodge the same day, and the elders, the abuelo from the sweat lodge, told me and saw me, like, it was like, you have a healing, like, you are a healer, you have healing hands, we can help you to activate your healing. Just come with us and learn from us. And it was like, at 12, you don't really know what's up, but basically that's how I started going to sweat lodge every other week, learning from them. And in that retreat, we had like so many ceremonies from Peruvian shamans, from Lakota shamans, from Mexica, the Aztec shamans, from Oaxaca, meditations, the expression movement. It was really, that was in 1990. Yeah, no, 1998. Like, so my abuela, my grandmother, was a healer. She was a curandera. She worked with plants and herbs, and he would, like, a lot of people would come to her to heal, to ask for like remedies. But she was very connected, and then she became psychotic because the system was not matching with her connection. Because in that time there was, I mean, if I would, like, the reason I was in that depression and once wanted to kill myself is because I was too sensible for the Western perspective and the normal structure system. They will say like, this guy is crazy, but from the others, like, this guy is gifted. So it's like, okay, so how you treat the person. So like, that's why also how I changed the way how to treat the patients. And because I did a degree in psychology and my master's in transpersonal psychoanalysis, so which I later involved many other like branches, like Gestalt and family constellations and etc. etc. So, and Jungian also. So that's how I became interested in shamanic healing, like just to heal myself. When I started studying psychology, I didn't thought like, oh, I'm gonna become a shaman. But I realized when we were studying this history of psychology or something the first year, and then I realized, like, I came to like, wow, in the age of the cave, the shaman will be the psychologist, and the shaman will be the artist, and the shaman will be the healer and the guide for the tribe. But I said, like, I want to be that. No, it was like, wow. I understood that art and shamanism and psychology were involved, because I came here to be creators. So how are you gonna create your dream? And that's that's how I also the perspective from where I serve and I guide people is like, how you want to create your dream? How you dream, like, how is your dream life? Like, don't go like generalize, like, I want to go live off the grid and do this. No, be specific and like yes, stay for the meditation. We're gonna have a quantum meditation. You guys know what is quantum meditation actually? Because I made a poll last week, I think. Time runs fast, but I asked if people if they knew what is quantum meditation. Like 75% of the people told me like, no, what is it? And it's like, okay, I've been using quantum meditation for about like almost 10 years, and it's a really amazing technique of meditation. There's many ways of them. There's many types of meditation. Like the first meditation that I learned, it was Vipassana meditation, which is a silence meditation. And then there's mindfulness meditation, and then there's like but quantum meditation is based, so like what normally, like, there's also a lot of like confusion on what is meditation. Like, it's like you just sit there and do nothing, no, and like just don't think nothing. But no, because when you go into the first meditation that was recorded was Vipassana in a way. And Vipassana is the mindful awareness and noble silence and detachment. It talks about detachment, and it talks like, and it's the basic is like, when you meditate, when you sit down and meditate, that's just the practice. Meditation is 24/7, and that's true. Like, you have to, when you're in the path of self-mastery and empowerment, you start learning that meditation is 24/7. And the moment you're not meditating, that's the moment you come back to meditation. And you sit down, or like just breathe and then come back to yourself. And because you are being mindful, aware, like you're present. What is quantum meditation is, okay, we all know about quantum physics, right? Quantum physics talks about the infinite realm of possibilities of the quantum world, which basically what quantum physics talks is like, all this matter, it's it's like 2% of what is out in the universe. Like there's more dark matter. Like there's 98% of dark matter in the universe, which is like, because when you go into this, into the detail and into the atoms is 98% dark matter. So this like dark matter is just empty space of possibilities. So it's like that's why the physics now got into this paradigm, because the physics are not physics anymore, because physics are empty space. So what the quantum um, the quantum field talks about the realm of possibilities. So we know that everything is about the geometry, and this is this physical world is not just the only physical experience that we're having. If we connect, how we're gonna do, we're gonna connect in a quantum field, and yeah, so we connect into a quantum field, and we visualize, because we're visualization and manifestation in the fourth dimension. When we go into the theta state of consciousness, which is like when we go to meditation or dreaming or astral projection. When you astral project, you basically create you can go into a field of consciousness that is already existing, or you can create your own. It's where, like in 4D, in the fourth dimension, this is 3D. In the fourth dimension, you can create from intention. So we already there. We don't have to move with that. There's a lie that we're gonna like separate from our bodies. We're already there. 5 dimensions already here. Love has already won. But like how we tune into the quantum. So we're tuning into the subtle bodies of ourselves. So we're gonna tune into our spiritual body, our etheric body, into our auric body, and there's many tools. There are many tools, because I'm gonna give a whole class. I'm creating a whole package of 4 or 5 classes where you can get we're gonna go in the webinar. I'm gonna give these classes about what is quantum meditation, like what I'm explaining you, but more detail, the applications, the benefits, and how to tune into your own type of meditation. Because everybody, when I do work for my clients in healing sessions, for example, in distance, I use the quantum field, and I use the different tools like sacred geometries, chambers of light, different colors, frequencies that are in tune to the field, and we create in the connection field that's how we can, like, from clearing the aura, from clearing spaces, from aligning the chakras, activating kundalini, activating crystals, astral projection, clearing blockages, like activating DNA, connecting with your higher self, connecting with your spirit guides. There are different structures specified, created. It's like it's specialized for connecting with. So like a lot of people is like, how do I connect with my spirit guides or like my cosmic family? There's actually, like, the way I have done it is through quantum meditation, and I connect into quantum field. I use these techniques. You activate it in certain ways, like you probably know about the Merkaba. So like you can use for some reasons, for some aspects, Merkaba is more like used for protection and for like traveling into different dimensions. When I do, like, for example, how do you, like, it's like I have met through quantum meditation, combining it actively with plant medicines and ceremonies, like with ayahuasca, for example. I have been able to meet different aspects of the Divine Mother. I have met Lilith, I have met Isis, I have met Mother Mary, I have met Sophia, I have met the feminine aspects of God, I have met the masculine aspect of God. One time during ceremony, like the God explained me this. I didn't know anything about this. I do connecting. I did my meditation, my quantum meditation, took the medicine, and actively work because I'm very experienced. I've been working with psychedelics and plant medicines for a long time, but like when you tap into the connection field, your intention, and like you start journeying, and my intention was to understand what is unconditional love really, and like I was taken to the Golden Kingdom, and God appeared and took me and it showed me and told me like I'm gonna explain you the 7 qualities of love, and it showed me how, and it was a conversation of not words but knowingness of how we all beings of unconditional love, we came here to embody these 7 qualities, and through the connections, like in an utopian world and in an ideal and perfect world that we all envision and we all know that we exist, but there's so many illusions and programs here in this density that separate us from that ideal perfect state. Basically, it's like all of you will be relating yourself in different aspects of with these different qualities. So with one person you have like like parental love and caring love and romantic love and physical love and like and then with other people but it's all love, but so like there will be no rejection, there will be no abandonment, there will be no pushing love away, there will be not like feeling not worth, there will be not following into the and cheating or anything, because we will all be free to be knowing who connected with our own source of God, and we able to share and authentically be and express the love that we are through like the other persons. And there will be no jealousy, there will be no walls, there will be no facades, there will be masks. It will be mostly like a loving family having a beautiful, blissful orgy between some members, between others not that much, but it will be all love, It's not like an orgy like in that sexual matter, but it will be like just like giving and receiving that love and just expressing that. And it was like and it was 7 qualities, just like the 7 people that are connected right now, as a confirmation. And then later later I went to the internet, and then I researched like 7 qualities of love, and then I found like some information about the 7 qualities of the love of God, and it's like, and it's Buddhist like that, and it was like so amazing to have that. I didn't have any idea of that. Like through quantum meditation, I also experienced meeting different aspects of the Divine Mother. One ayahuasca ceremony, I went to heal the wounded feminine within myself. So because in that point I manifested a partner that feminine was wounded, so it was like, as everyone is mirror, it's like, okay, you gave me the message that I have to heal the wounded feminine within myself. So I went, took the medicine, the medicine, did quantum work. I was taken to the Divine Mother, and the Divine Mother explained me how and it's like so powerful. It explained me how I was repeating the pattern of the wounded feminine from my mother's side, and and it was like, and it showed me how the pattern was just following along, and it was like, okay, now I need you to meet this other Divine Mother, which was Lilith. And then Lilith was amazing to meet, because like Lilith is all about the sovereign woman, and it showed me how Lilith was is all misunderstood, and it, like when you embody the light aspects of Lilith, and when women use all the feminine aspects within all of us, like it's a sovereign, real expression of the feminine and real powerful feminine. When it's in the misalignment, the feminine is used, this Lilith archetype that is worked through the unconscious programs of the people, because we all work through archetypes. We all connected in the quantum field. So in the quantum field, there's the archetype where the archetypes live. So like, for example, the archetype of a mother, just the symbol, the simple ones, no? But like the archetype of the consciousness of Jesus, of the Christ, or the Taoist or the Muslim. So there's like, it's like bubbles of quantum information, quantum knowledge. It's like Akashic records, like, so basically you tapping into the Akashic records as well. um, and yeah, this is like, so yeah, the distorted aspects of the feminine and of the archetype of Lilith makes, for example, women fall into the illusion of falling into the image, the beauty, the outside beauty, the bodies, manipulating through the body, the manipulating man and sucking man energy from, like, controlling their looks, you know. And so that's one of the manipulation, the life, the control, you know. I love the marriage of quantum physics. Yeah, that's basically that's the future. I mean, that's like, for those that, I mean, that's where, because the program of separation of humanity that was shown and programmed humans, it was like spirituality and science were like separated, which, no, it's like, it's totally the same. It's the same. It comes from the same principles, but different ways of explaining it. Even Tesla talk about it. Tesla had a lot of work. If you all know about Tesla, Tesla had a lot of work with the Taoist monks and mandalas, and like he had a guru. So yeah, I mean, it's just it is like the merging, actually, like what in my astral travels, in my meetings with my, for example, with my cosmic Arcturian family, in this channel that I had. Okay, I love you, brother. In this channel I have, he said, like, the Arcturian said, like, you know, like the rational mind only serves for translating the divine frequencies. It only serves for translating the divine frequencies into technology. You know now that, like, you have been fighting against your against the aspects of the spirituality have told you that rational mind is wrong and you don't have to listen to the rational mind because it's distorted. Well, now you have to go back, actually, because all these cosmic races, all these cosmic families are sending us waves, because our brain is an antenna. So they were calling for the scientists, for the IT like the IT people, like the scientists, the tech guys, to actually start activating themselves so they could receive the divine, these technologies that are sending. It's like the Wi-Fi, you know. They are sending us the waves, they are sending us the informations for us to pick it up and translate it through our rational mind and be able to bring forth technologies based on infinite and free energy. For example, look at this. Oh, how beautiful is this? Unfortunately, apparently, this beetle baby, I know, it's complete. It was in the grass and the ants were like already eating it. But yeah, that's what's up with quantum meditation. So if you are down for joining into the meditation, I will have to restart the video because it's gonna be cut off in a wheel. So I'm gonna restart the video, and this meditation is gonna be to connect it into the tapping into the Akashic records to reactivate our DNA, as I said, and getting massive downloads. So if you're down for it, I'm just gonna restart the video, and we can start with that. If you have any other question, let's close this question and answer. So pretty, right? Oh my god, we're so lucky. And yeah, please follow your dreams. Like, don't freaking, like, I know it gets hard, and I know it sometimes is infinite intelligence. Yes, infinite creativity, infinite intelligence, infinite abundance, everything infinite. We are infinite. I also always suggest to change the program, like, instead of saying limitless, saying infinite. Like, why would you put, like, well, you put limit into your project, is like you're putting a limit into limitless. Why don't you just call it infinite? You know, like, so. But yeah, remember, like, our cat. So yeah, remember. So these quantum meditations are super powerful because there are, like, there are technologies that are available for us, for all of us. Like, everybody is a channel for divine intelligence and infinite intelligence, as our brother said, and is able to channel these frequencies and be able to bring forth medicine, ideal and perfect for itself, for the person. Like, okay, I need this for myself, and then when it activates your intuitive mind, and you can use it for other people. So it's like, okay, well, maybe you don't need this kind of meditation, like this structure, but maybe you like, what you need is this other structure. Maybe you don't need a cube, maybe you need a tetrahedron, or like, but like also the tetrahedron is like, okay, how would it, like, the infusion of which colors, which frequencies would that, if they move, if they don't move, like, if connection with the quantum field of the heart of Gaia, the collective heart of the humanity, the central sun of the galaxy, which rays of light. So yeah, it's infinite. It gets infinite, and you can receive and be like a receiver more of these frequencies. So, like, yeah, I'm just saying hi here, but so yeah. So yeah, whoever sits up, please, if you have any question, bring water. It's gonna take about like 30 minutes. So while I restart the video, you get some water, drink some water. You can also get some crystals. With quantum meditation also, like, you can clear karmic weight, karma from your life, this life and past lives, from your energetic birth to the here and now. It's amazing. So it's like, it's a worth actually with just some time. So we're gonna start the meditation in about 3 minutes. I'm just gonna restart the video and put the phone to charge, and I'll see you. So I'm gonna put another live video and you go there. So see you in the other side. Beautiful. Thank you for being here.